Undoubtedly, the most misunderstood assignment in all of Toastmasters is that of the grammarian, particularly in this club, because 1/3 of the job is taken up by the word master, who provides the word of the day. Another 1/3 of the job is taken up by the counter, who is going to look at all of the fillers. And the final 1/3 is so ill-defined that when you're chosen as the grammarian, you say, what am I supposed to do? Nothing. Fortunately, this structure allows you to have carte blanche, to do whatever you want to do as the grammarian, as long as you are contributing to the grammar of the club. And that's an important thing. The grammarian is somebody who looks at every single thing in the club as far as the wording goes, as far as the grammar goes. And most of us are not expert grammarians. And so we tend to use other methods. And those other methods are the things that I'm going to describe this morning. I'm going to reiterate the methods that you can use when you are the grammarian. Now, first of all, if you really are adept at critiquing English grammar, if you can recognize a dangling participle or a split infinitive, or if you can recognize the subjunctive mood, by all means, point it out to us, and we'll all learn. Sherry Brandt is our grammarian, and she has helped us eliminate from our speeches each and every one, which is a redundancy. Herb, who is the international parliamentarian, has helped us, has bedizened us with various rhetorical devices to show us how to pick out figures of speech. And Gordon has provided us with a number of unusual words, most of which you can't even find in the dictionary. Now, if you are going to choose this particular method, you have to be very careful not to be too picky, because most of us speak pretty good English. And so you're relegated to the picky things, and that you've got to be careful about. A couple of weeks ago, while I was trying to utilize my time as intelligently as I could, I was watching the show, The Wheel of Fortune. Now, that's a show in which people, a quotation is put up with blank letters, and the contestant has to fill them in and figure out what the quotation is. And the quotation this particular day was from the 12 Days of Christmas. It happened to be 7 swans a-swimming. Swimming, you remember that. 7 swans a-swimming. You remember that one. Well, the contestant got the right answer, but she was from the Deep South, not Tennessee. And she said 7 swans a-swimming. And she lost $4,000 because she had not pronounced the ing. 7 swans a-swimming. Well, this is not the Wheel of Fortune. So if somebody misses an ing, don't point it out, unless they do it repeatedly. And then it will help them, and it will help us. Now, another method you can use, and many have, is to pick out catchy phrases or dynamic phrases that are of interest to the group. Or, better yet, a word picture, like Noe did with his vroom vroom speech. Beautifully constructed word pictures. That helps everyone. Or even a word, an unusual word. The grammarian is given the dictionary, and you can look up a word, or you can ask her what the definition is, and share it with all of us. That's another thing the grammarian can do. Another thing is to pick out figures of speech, rhetorical devices. Things like metaphors, similes, some redundancies you can look at, repetitions, and the all-time favorite, vroom vroom, onomatopoeias. You can find those. These are things that add color and vitality to your speech. And so it's interesting to point those things out. If you get into a pinch or you want to use some variety, then play the game Who Said This that Wayne usually plays. Or what I did last week was to look at the person's vocal, not vocal variety, body language and critique that. And if you get in a real pitch and you want to be a good grammarian, then just interpret for us any of the phrases or words that Gordon uses in his table topics. Gordon, what would we do without you? In summary, if you will use any of these methods, you will come out very well. But in your final summary, at the end of the meeting, you want to pick out 3 or 4 phrases, 3 or 4 things that you have found, and don't say them in a mean manner. Add a little humor, and you will be critiquing the King's English.
We're going to take a moment here.